What is going on, brothers and sisters? Eric Rosen here, your internal strength coach, here to show you how to overcome your greatest challenges so you can shine your brightest light. So, if you haven't heard already by now, I offer personal training as well as coaching services. So if either one of these are of interest to you, you can send me an email at ericrosencoaches@gmail.com. So, we're going to talk about the psoas muscle. It's spelled Psoas. The P is obviously silent. So the psoas muscle, if you've never heard of it, is actually this really deep muscle. In fact, it's probably alleged the deepest muscle in the body. And it actually connects your low spine to your pelvis. It wraps around your pelvis and then connects in front of your thighs, and it's the only muscle that actually connects from your spine to your legs, to those thighs. The psoas muscle has a lot of deep implications in terms of your stress levels, and it's actually even said to be the muscle of the soul, just because of how deeply connected this muscle is to feelings of stress relief and just feeling grounded. It produces this feeling of being more centered, of kind of letting go of like the stress of your everyday hustle and bustle lifestyle, and just really getting connected with this side of yourself that just feels in alignment, where just things feel and flow easier, where you just don't have this tension in your body anymore, and physically your body actually feels the way that that it was actually meant to feel, where you're not carrying this just stress and tension. So it's really important for your balance, for flexibility, for strength, and also for your organ function. So it also has to do with your posture because of where it's at, right? You know, a lot of people complain of like low back pain, and they're slouching, they're sitting. And I would even venture to say that if you notice that people with poor posture, or poorly functioning psoas muscle, actually are kind of low vibe too. Like when your posture's low, shitty, you're also kind of a low vibe. You're just not putting like really good energy out there. So it's also connected to the diaphragm, and this is again why it's related to the stress, because it has to do with your breathing. It has to do with your fear response. So this, I cannot overstate how important it is to know what this is and to know how to get relief from it. Okay, and I'm going to talk about that. So, again, grounding, stress relief. You're just going to feel more at ease and flow if you can learn to relax this muscle. So the way this actually came to me was, this morning I was doing my meditation, and my body wasn't feeling the greatest. And what I've noticed over the years is that a lot of times my strength, how strong I feel, actually really has a lot to do with how fluid my body is moving. It doesn't have anything to do with how often I've went to the gym or lack thereof. It doesn't have anything as much to do with exactly what I've been eating, like getting enough protein, like all these old school beliefs that you need to lift and eat protein to gain strength. And my discovery this morning was that it actually has way more to do with your stress levels than what I think a lot of people give it credit for. So because I wasn't feeling strong, I set this intention that I wanted to recapture my strength, to actually feel just aligned, just feel my body in alignment. And so my awareness was actually drawn to this area around the low base of the spine. And the psoas muscle isn't something that I've been paying attention to for a while now. Like, I've known about it, but I've never actually done anything really with it, except some stretching that I'm going to get into here at the end. But my awareness was taken there, and what I felt was my conscious awareness go to that muscle, and I was able to relax it because I was focused on calmly relaxing it. And what I experienced was not only this centered, grounded tension relief aspect, but also oftentimes in my solar plexus region, which represents fear and personal power, a lot of times that can be a real touch and go area for me, because, and maybe with a lot of people too, because personal power, things like self-confidence, self-esteem, feeling safe in the world, a lot of times the butterflies on the stomach effect, that's actually what that is when your solar plexus isn't actually working that well. So what I felt there was a very, very cooling sensation. It was an internal cooling sensation, and it was very, very profound. Usually it just kind of feels like, you know, there's a fluttering effect, and I didn't even realize like the amount of heat that my body was actually putting out there until I actually felt this icy cool relief of this cooling effect. So what I experienced was connecting with that psoas muscle allowed me to feel this relief of just like, okay, I'm getting in touch with my center, I'm getting in touch with my confidence again, and I'm feeling more relaxed and just grounded and aligned to where I can, you know, move about my day. So it's a great way to kind of like thing to do before you take on your day. So if you're not like ready for this stuff yet, like if you're not ready for like the visualization stuff and connecting with it, there's the physical stretches that you can do. So number one, and you're gonna have to look some of these up. You know, I am an action-oriented coach, so there is an action item to this. One, it's looking at these more because I can't demo them here right now, but then also doing them. Savasana, which is basically just laying on your back, arms down at your side, okay, palms facing up, feet together, or feet just a little bit apart, and basically just laying there and just letting the weight of the ground or the earth, you know, it'd be nice if you could do this in the grass, just supporting you. That's number one. Number two, low lunge. 3, high lunge, both legs, one at a time. You can do a pigeon position, which is called actually modified pigeon. You know, that's a great way to stretch things out in that low back down there. Sitting cross-legged is one. Mountain pose. Mountain pose is just putting your feet together and just palms facing out and just standing up straight. And then finally, tree pose. Excuse me, that one was tree pose. Mountain pose is actually a little bit different, but nonetheless, it's okay. Just Google these things. You know, there's tons of demos out there, and it's a great way. So not only is it going to target a specific muscle, if you're just looking for more like what can it do for me, it's going to alleviate low back pain. It's going to just make you feel less tension there, and you're just going to feel more fluid down there. And what I experienced today, and from what I've researched on this, is that everything starts here. And even my chiropractor says that too, you know, who is an MD. Everything starts with that low back. It's like once that stuff at the base of the spine starts to go, that's when the other stuff starts to go. The mid back, the upper back, the neck, like everything. So that's probably no coincidence why the psoas muscle is supposedly the deepest muscle in the body, and it's termed the spiritual muscle because it produces such a great state of feeling grounded and even some serenity. So that's where it all starts. So it's like if you're someone who is like looking even just to do any type of stretching, you have a lot of tension in your body. If you're one of those people that feels very stressed and you have a lot of tension in your body, this is a great physical exercise that you can do, and it's just going to result in a lot of stress relief. So check it out. That's it. That's what I got for you guys today, the psoas muscle. So trying to give you like a functional type thing that you can sink your teeth into. So I'm going to run, but personal training, coaching, it's available. It's getting dark, but you know, wanted to get this in before the day was done. So you guys have an awesome evening. I'm signing off here. Shoot me an email, ericrosencoaches@gmail.com. All right, I'll see you guys later.